Today is the anniversary of the birth of Salman Rushdie, best known to us probably because he wrote in 1988 the Satanic Verses, in which references to the Prophet Muhammad were seen by the Ayatollah, the chief Islamic scholar and leader in Iran, to be blasphemous. And so he issued a fatwa, a legal instruction in the Islamic world, to kill Salman Rushdie if anyone was able to get close enough to him to do that. And so for many years Salman Rushdie lived in this fear of being attacked. In 2022, just 2 years ago, however, you'll remember that he was attacked viciously, stabbed many times while about to address a conference, and he lost an eye and suffered other injuries. He's written a book called Knife, which talks about this experience, and I was interested in how he dealt with this traumatic experience. One thing he did was to write the book about it, to tell the story. And I think sometimes when we're dealing with trauma, and I'm talking here not about major serious trauma such as he had, because that really needs professional help, but more limited kinds of trauma, things that really upset us and bug us and cause us pain. When we're dealing with these things, sometimes to talk about it helps to get it out of our system. We need to do it in the context of being absolutely safe. We need to know that the people we're telling it to are really going to take it seriously and are going to love us and hold us while we tell the story. But if that condition is met, then it can be a healing thing. And as Rushdie says, he says for him writing the book enabled him to own the experience. It somehow enables you to say, yes, this is really what happened, and it's going to be okay. The second thing that he did was to go back to the place where it happened. And he said that this experience gave him a kind of lightness. It closed the circle, that somehow going to the place where the trauma took place was a healing process. And again, sometimes that's not possible, of course, but if it is, sometimes just to go there and be there in a different mood, in a safe way, can be healing. And then the third thing he did was to have conversations with his assassin and to imagine the assassin's responses to certain questions that he wanted to ask. And sometimes, again, this isn't always possible with traumatic experience, but if we have had one where we could invent a conversation with the other person, then I think that too can be a healing process. Although, and I hesitate to even comment really on the actions of someone as brave as Salman Rushdie, but I do wonder why he refused to call his assassin by his name. He refers to him in the book as the A presumably for assassin, and the refusal to name him seems to me to be losing an opportunity to realise that the person who attacked him was a whole person who had their own feelings and own strengths and own weaknesses, and their own wickedness, of course. And somehow I think it's good if someone has hurt us to remind ourselves that they are more than just the people who hurt us. They have their own lives and their own needs. They are human beings like we are. I hesitate really to give advice, but because I've not had many traumatic experiences in my life. But I do think that going over it in a safe environment, going back to the place where it happened, and trying to engage in imaginary conversations with the person who caused the hurt, can sometimes be healing. And if it enables us to see the person in their wholeness and to forgive them, then so much the better.